told me, when you sing something, not the song itself, it will search the song for you.
That's great.
Like, let's say, ding, 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 ding. It will try to search a song.
Search it by melody. You're saying.
Right, yeah, something.
And this is Kevin Kelly's book, What Tech Wants. Tech wants us to use tech for these types of things to make our life better or help us to do things.
The software can be in preliminary stage, like in the beta stage, and we can make it better for ourselves, for this detox, system. What the keywords and some of the things that they say, and we can definitely go over there, and we can learn this thing and make the software learn itself. That's going to be challenging, but I think the basic part is not really challenging. The basic part is it's okay. But the next level that we can make it better and easy for everybody, and if we have the software that can learn it itself and take videos of people and show the growth path and how many times they use this word, that would be a better measurement of growth rather than score.
Right. That was our original. If you've watched Jim Folkestone.
Maybe we need to find some IT guys in it.
Well, yeah, and I'll send you the poem that I sent Monica. But I mean, part of Jim's idea was this. It was basically somebody drawing. They were filming themselves drawing a picture of it was anime, and so they were like drawing an anime head. But the point was that you were watching them do what they're doing while they were doing it. So the idea of the detox process is to watch learning happen while learning is happening. And so when you go in there and you talk about, and that's why I'm so sold out to this idea of the metacognitive process of, this is how I'm being, so that I can get to the point of actually noticing. I'm clearing my mind. And so having that conversation is a way of mapping the learning while the learning is happening. So
it's kind of like you in the mountains when you were saying that you have, at an unplanned place, in an unplanned place or an unplanned space, where you continually have to be making decisions, and that's learning, and we're not in those spaces very often because we plan everything out, and again, like Ellen Langer says, when it's planned out, you risk that, you become mindless.
About instead of that, why don't we just have, she has a detox booth, so anyone can go and tape a video.
Right.
So if we have this face recognition software, which is available open source anywhere, and anyone can go in, and after that person is recognized, the video will be taped, and that is automatically saved in a particular folder in the computer.
Nice.
So there's no manual process in that.
Nice.
And secondly, I was thinking, because you wanted that for that thing to be, you can manipulate later on and find stuff out of it, like 4 words: be, connect, dream, and do things. So whenever we can have a speech recognition software in part of it, so we can categorize all these videos with timings with that thing.
That'd be great.
So, that will take the whole manual process out of it and make it more automatic and let the learner just speak rather than be concerned about other technical things.
Right, makes sense. Cool.
So he's working with Everett as a 10-year-old in the lab that I think you've met Everett. Yeah, because Amy's come up here. Yeah. So they've kind of connected and...
Nice.
Yeah.
So he's learning stuff about the technology piece while he's working. Everett is.
Well, actually, he's probably going to be teaching us because he's like...
Yeah, you're right.
He totally... He's made his own browser and he knows this stuff.
Nice. Cool. Great. That'll be helpful. That automated process. Put it in there.
Yeah, she has so many videos saved in her, so something
know.
It
It's
has
like
to be organized right now.
it's too many for us to make it be successful.
Good to see you. Good to see you.
And so the innovation lab is, okay, let's do that. Let's find out what you want to be when you grow up, and let's facilitate that. But let's facilitate it in a way that we're doing the notice, dream, connect, do, so that if for some reason you change your passion or you change your career path, you've got this process just built in.
I first noticed permaculture on a camping trip with my mentor Patrick, and we were observing patterns in nature and trying to connect them to things that we could build in our permaculture area to make it more efficient.
I noticed that I really liked the game of soccer, and I started noticing I wanted to play. I needed to play.
I just noticed that a lot of people don't realize that slavery still exists. Like, I was talking to a kid in my math class a couple years ago, and he didn't realize that slavery didn't stop with the Civil War way back in the day. So I thought that was a not good thing that people don't realize that
Rocky
slavery
Mountain National Park, a lot of trees are being killed off by bark beetles. We've actually got 2 varieties up there.
In 2007, I went to Jamaica for a mission trip in Montego Bay, and I noticed that there's a lot of people all around the world, not just in Jamaica and not just in the U.S., that need help in general. Like, there's enough food that's wasted in the U.S., no one should be going hungry.
What I noticed is that the way the school system works doesn't really work for me personally. A lot of times in my classes, like, the teachers get to the point of the class in the first 20 or 30 minutes and spend an hour just going in depth of it when I understand it right away. And I feel like I waste that hour just listening and going through the motions of the class and just doing busy
So
work.
I noticed that I don't have a passion, and everyone around me does.
Well, I noticed that I was very into photography, and I really loved how you could take photos that had emotion and different meanings to them, and you can make
I noticed
it.
how I used to be afraid of tornadoes, and
started dreaming of these patterns that I could implement all over the place and go to different parts of the world where the patterns are crazier and more efficient. And I just started thinking in a permaculture sense about everything that I did in my
I needed
life.
to play, and that passion of wanting to play I started to dream about going and becoming a great.
So I just kind of thought, like, at the very least we could educate people about it, and if we can at least raise awareness about it, then it might help to kind of combat the traffic.
We're all thinking about how we could maybe distribute the bark beetles' predators.
Just started dreaming of smarter ways to use what we have.
So my dream is that there'll be a system like basically the innovation lab where there'll be no boundaries. I can like learn what I want to learn, and my dream colleges will still accept me and like want me because of it, and I can like specialize what I
It's
want.
just something that I really think I need. I'm just going on the path that everyone else is, taking the same math classes, going through English, just all the same things. And I feel that if I had that one thing that like is my drive and what I want to do for the future, then I can make a difference in something that I do. I just need to go for what I want rather than what everyone else wants me to do. And like, my dream would just be to figure that
Maybe
out.
become a photojournalist or just do photo for a living or art, for example. So
I dreamed myself as a storm chaser, like setting up probes and all that.
And then I started really connecting to permaculture when me and Patrick started to sit down and really set some guidelines for my course and what I wanted to do. Yeah, I have a blog that I kind of put some of my ideas down onto, and I also have like some writings that I've done for my mentor Patrick and stuff like that. So in Africa they have permaculture convergences from people all over the world, and my mentor Patrick, he went to one 2 years ago and came back and really had a great time. And unfortunately, he's not going to be able to go to the one this year in Jordan. So we've had some thoughts about trying to get me there, and I think that would really be cool. So we're just trying to figure out some of the logistics for that.
For the last about year and a half, I've been working with a teacher outside of school on working on my composition.
I started connecting to videos I've seen. I started watching videos and looking at other players
I've
play.
been talking to Carmen Kamreth and Chris Alsom about how to educate people in the community about that sort
Then
of
we
thing.
connected with Ryan Bray, who's actually my cousin and part of the Canadian Forest Service. Yeah, he lives in Canada.
Last year, I got connected with Miss Hardy and was inspired to make a class called Global Connections. I got to talk to some people from Cape Town, Uganda, a lot of people from my church, and such have inspired me to...
I'm really excited. I'm going to try to get connected with students that go to these colleges and like are majoring in what I want to major in, which is like pre-med, physical therapy, and talking to them, like saying, hey, I'm doing this in the innovation lab. Is this okay? Is like what I'm doing now going to get me?
I have a friend that lives in Loveland right now. He's actually a photographer. He photographs his wife's artwork and stuff for the city.
I connected Reed Timmer and Josh Warren.
I started working and putting out the physical labor to make something that I'm proud of and that I think is permaculture.
Over this span of time, I have written 3 songs, 2 for string orchestra and 1 for concert band.
Started using some of their moves, and then I joined club and the high school soccer teams here. I started playing with them.
We're going to try to start some sort of awareness campaign.
Designed actually a model rocket that could be shot up, and it would and it had a special tube in it that would distribute seeds. We tried it on seeds because we couldn't get our hands on any of
In this
this.
class, I've helped other people find their specific field of help or missions that they want to focus on. Some people are doing projects on human trafficking. Some are doing projects on homelessness. I started a blog, and I've written about global connections and culture collaborations, how we can find a way to combine our knowledge instead of having it clash, one society overrunning the other.
To Lucas, talking to Peter, all the kids in the lab with their passions, it really has wanted me to have that so much more. And I think if I create a blog or read more books about it, maybe I can figure out what that really is for me.
And I am actually taking a Photo 2 class right now, and to go on with that, I'm going to be taking AP Photo and the AP Studio Art, so I can get into that when I...
Started watching Discovery Channel, like